Nano Banana just came out and it's basically topped every image generation and image editing leaderboard. So I had to quickly integrate it into this little app that I'm building that helps you visually direct and insert objects into AI images and videos. So let's put it to the test. We got Nano Banana selected. Let's generate something, right? So let's do 20-year-old influencer in Soho drinking a coffee, selfie view, right? Let's do that generation. So you can see here, it's generating. Usually with Nano Banana, I found that it takes roughly 10 seconds for a generation. So we'll let that run. So that has finished running and it's just appeared. You can see it's got a lot of this extra stuff that we don't really want, so we can edit it. So let's say we want this to look a bit more authentic, right? So let's say, first of all, extend the image to fill out the full photo. No white bars on top and bottom. We want 50mm film and a natural aesthetic, right? And then we're going to say remove the text bubbles and the word indicators on the bottom of the image. So I'm going to press generate and that will start generating again. So give it another roughly 10 seconds and it will generate. Cool. So now it's filled up the whole screen, which is basically what we wanted. And now we can turn this into a video, right? So switch to the VEO 3 model and I can just say influencer walking down the street talking about how her coffee tastes much better than Starbucks, right? And if I generate that, it will start to generate. So I'm going to come back when this is finished generating just because VEO 3 generations can run for a few minutes. So I'm not going to make you wait and we'll continue once the video has finished generating. Cool. So it's just finished generating. Let's have a look. If we click in here, you can see this is the video.
Okay, I just tried this from Bluestone Lane and honestly, it tastes so much better than Starbucks.
So you can see that works pretty well, right? And with Nano Banana, you can control that initial frame very closely. So you can make sure that when you do your video generation, it's starting from the right place. Because if you start a VEO 3 generation with just text with no image, you don't really know what you're going to get, right? You could get something way off. And then the other thing you can do here is because it's a canvas, you can sort of draw basically what you want, right? So let's say we want a helicopter flying in the sky in the back. I'm going to go find an image of a helicopter and I'm going to put it in there. I'm going to flip it around, make it look, I feel like it makes more sense going right. I'm going to draw a line or an arrow. I think that's the direction the helicopter's flying. Actually, we don't need this yet. Let's just get the starting frame right. And then we're going to add a cat to the bottom. So I'm going to say cat. Actually, probably don't even need it in the image. So I'm going to switch this back to Nano Banana just to get that initial frame right? So I'm going to say, let's make the helicopter in the sky look more natural and blend it into the photo. And maybe instead of a cat, let's do a parrot. Add a parrot to the model's shoulder, right? So we're going to generate that with Nano Banana. There we go. Parrot and a helicopter. So now we can turn it into a video, right? So let's say the influencer talking about benefits of natural coffee beans. And then in the background, we can sort of give some directions, right? So the parrot flies up and then the helicopter flies across, right? So flies across, right? That is not the direction I went. So cool, right? Something like that. And then parrot flies up. So parrot flies up. Put that somewhere where it's a bit more legible. Cool. Like with Nano Banana, you have so much more control. So you can do things like right now there's one person, so we can say add a friend to the photo. And then Nano Banana will do that. And what that means is you have a whole new starting frame, right, for your video generation. So it gives you that much extra control over your videos. So let's wait for that to finish generating. Should be done. Cool. Now we got a friend. So you can add 3 friends, 5 friends, whatever you want, right? So that's really the power of Nano Banana. Let me know what you're making with Nano Banana.